If Sesko actually joins United, Newcastle are officially cooked, Ter Stegen is actively trying to sabotage Barca, and Real Madrid's new number 9 has just been announced. This is DMAC Daily. The Sesko transfer saga could turn out to be one of the craziest deals this summer, and the implications, particularly for Newcastle, are wild. I'm sure you're all aware of it by now, but Newcastle haven't had the best of summers. They've been missing out on targets left, right, and centre, whilst their best player has actively said he wants out. So with Isak's departure a high probability, they've gone for a big name to replace him in Benjamin Sesko, one of the most sought out number 9s in Europe. On August the 2nd, Newcastle offered 80 million euros for the forward, but Leipzig said we want more. So they came back with a 90 mil total package. By all accounts, it appears as though Sesko was on his way to St. James's Park, but out of nowhere, United came in with an 85 million euro offer, 5 mil less than Newcastle. But Fabrizio Romano is now reporting that the Red Devils hierarchy are confident that Sesko only wants to join Manchester United. Now, as of right now, Leipzig are yet to accept. Nothing is confirmed, but this scenario has been recurring all summer. I think Newcastle are heading towards another major transfer L. This would be a historic window of humiliation. They'd be 2 from 10 in terms of securing deals. I don't know how they'd come back from this. Meanwhile, from Manchester United, and I thought this club was broke. Apparently not, I guess. Now, do I think Sesko is an upgrade up top? Abso-freaking-lutely. But do I think this was a priority area to strengthen immediately? No. The glaringly obvious issue at United right now is in central midfield. They are crying out for an all-action box-to-box midfielder. Ruben Amorim's philosophy depends on a rock-solid double pivot in midfield, and none of the combinations they're utilizing appear to be working. In saying that, a front three of Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko, that's not bad for a team that finished 15th last season. That being said, let's not jump the gun again. 24 hours ago, Sesko to Newcastle seemed inevitable. Who knows what's next? Moving to La Liga, and oh my days, this Ter Stegen situation is getting spicy. Following a long-term injury, the current Barca captain has reportedly refused to hand over his medical report, preventing the club enacting an emergency rule where they can offset 80% of his salary for registrations, with Barca incensed and looking to take this case to court. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but with full context, this is insane stuff. As we all know, Barca and registration issues are the status quo, but with Ter Stegen suffering a fresh injury that required back surgery, he was expected to miss anywhere from 3 to 5 months. Now, Barca have also since re-signed Szczesny and brought in a new keeper in Juan Garcia. Many thought this signing would see the end of Ter Stegen's Barca tenure, but he wants to stay and fight for his place. This is where it gets really bizarre, because Barca needs to find ways to register all their new players, and have identified a solution that if Ter Stegen is ruled out for longer than 4 months, then 80% of his salary can be discounted from the team's salary cap. And as the German's on huge wages, it would dramatically help in registering other players. But Ter Stegen is refusing to share his medical report with La Liga to enact this rule. Understand, this has never happened before, but technically a player's medical data is private. Now, according to Javier Gascon of Mundo Deportivo, the basis of Ter Stegen's actions against Barca are actually economic. Quote, because not playing the last game of the 2024-25 La Liga season in Bilbao prevented him from playing 60% of the games he was available for, and he lost out on 3.5 million euros. You know what? That's kind of brutal. I can't lie. This whole ordeal is getting so Lionel Messi. Ter Stegen's supposed justification for all of this is that he's only going to be unavailable for around 3 months. If that's true, wouldn't you simply release your medical report? I don't know how this all unfolds, but long term, I don't think this plays out well for Ter Stegen. This, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me approach, is an unusual strategy. Moving to the Spanish capital, and Los Blancos have a new number 9. That's right, following Mbappe taking the prized number 10, his old number was up for grabs. And whilst many anticipated Endrick would be next in line, Madrid has instead opted for homegrown talent Gonzalo Garcia to don this number instead. A symbolic gesture of good faith towards the La Fabregas Fabrica breakout start. But I do wonder how Endrick has taken the news. Now for some rapid fire news, and Tyler Morton joins Lyon for £15 million. Evan Gizon is heading to Aston Villa for 35 mil. Giovanni Simeone is on his way to Torino for 8 mil. West Ham are closing in on Brazilian goalkeeper John from Botafogo. What a Brazilian name that is. Florian Thauvins' Liga 1 return is inching closer with a move to Lens on the cards. And Vitor Reis is headed to fellow City football group Girona on loan. Anyways guys, thanks for tuning in to today's DMAC Daily. Catch you tomorrow.